All right. It is that time of the year again. Yes, more houses will start coming on the market now that we're getting closer to school getting out. And if you're a seller who's thinking about putting their house on the market, this is the ultimate Enid, Oklahoma home seller guide. We're going to go through the 8 main steps to selling your home in Enid, Oklahoma. So if you're getting ready to get change orders or uh, permanent change of station orders, PCS orders to another base, and your school and your kiddos are getting ready to get out of school, this video is just for you, you Enid, Oklahoma homeowners and the Metro Enid, Oklahoma homeowners, so that you can have more information so you can make a concrete decision when it comes to selling your home. So sit back, enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up if you find value in it, and subscribe to the channel. Here on this channel, I talk about everything eating, drinking, sleeping in Enid, Oklahoma. And if you're not familiar with me already and you don't know who I am, my name is Josh Barnett. I'm an agent over at eXp Realty. The agents at eXp Realty and I are here to help you with all your real estate needs. So give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email if you've got real estate needs in the Enid, Oklahoma metro area. Let's get into the video. Step number 1, the valuation. Okay. How does your home stack up to other comparable homes in the Enid, Oklahoma metro area? That's basically what the valuation is. The ultimate value of a home is when a buyer and a seller come to an agreement on a sales price. That's the ultimate value. But what we do during the valuation phase is we find out what all's been done in the last 3 years. Do you got a new roof on the house? Have you remodeled the kitchen? Did you do new paint and carpet and throughout the home? Does the exterior of the home look presentable? You know, what is your home stacking up against other similar homes in the Enid, Oklahoma metro area closed for over the last 90 days? That's a real simple way how we come up with the valuation. But we need your input. We need you to give us the information that we need to know that we can plug in the numbers. So when we are comparing house by house, what they look like, we're coming up with the best possible valuation. What you don't want is you don't want to overprice your house. That'll make it sit for way too long, especially moving is stressful. So getting your home contracted is the first step in reducing that stress of selling such a large asset. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Comment down below if you've got other things that you could think of that I need to put in the valuation stage of the 8 steps to get your home sold. So put down in the comment below if you've got additional info that we all need to be made aware of. Step number 2, prepping the home. Man, I hope I spelt that right. I never have taken the time to learn how to spell correctly. I really hope I spelt that right. Is that spelt right? Comment down below if it's not. Let me know, and I'll fix it next time. Prepping the home. Real simple, guys. Real simple. First impression, curb appeal. Trim up those bushes. Trim up those bushes. Square them off. Mow, string trim. Put fresh mulch in the flower bed. You could buy rubber black tire mulch nowadays, guys. Rubber black tire mulch. It will be black all the time. Okay. Don't stress yourself out about getting mulch that might fade. Get some stuff that's got permanent color to it. Okay. Trim up the trees, especially if there's any limbs over the house. Trim them off the house. Mow, weed eat. If you got a puppy in the backyard, pick up all those torpedoes. Pick up all those torpedoes. You don't want people tracking puppy torpedo residue through your home. No, you don't. No, you don't. On the inside, if you haven't touched it in 30 days, get rid of it. You're getting ready to move. Box it up. Box it up. Put it in the middle of the garage or get a storage unit. Put it in the storage unit. If you haven't touched it in 30 days, declutter the house, especially those closets that are too full. You want the closets to be able to showcase how much space they have. You don't want a stuffed closet. You don't want stuffed kitchen cabinets. There's dishware in there that you don't use. Box it up, guys. Box it up. Get it out of there. Put it in storage. Put it in the garage. Box it up. If you put stuff in the garage, put it in the middle of the garage. Make sure the perimeter of the garage is not blocked because the termite inspector has to look at that perimeter. So put all the stuff in the middle of the garage. If you got to park outside the garage, oh well, you're getting ready to move, guys. Okay. Declutter the house and then do a deep clean, declutter again, and then do another clean. Okay. Do it twice. Do it twice. Go through it twice. You want to put your house's best foot forward when that buyer comes in through that door. You want their heart to jump for joy when they see your house. Decluttering and cleaning twice is going to increase the probability of that. Okay. Any questions on that? Any additional info you could think of that I need to discuss on the next video? Put it down in the comments below. Put it down in the comments below. Number 3, after we do the valuation, after we do the prepping, then we're going to do the photo shoot and the 360 tour. You got to be out of the house, okay? Don't be there during the photo shoot. Sometimes sellers get in the pictures, just go to the Subway, go to the diner, have lunch, let the photographer and the agents that I work with complete the photo shoot and complete the 360 tour without anyone there. It makes the whole process a lot simpler. We'll need a spare key left on the kitchen cabinet. 2 spare keys is preferable. That way we can put the MLS lockbox on there and then a combo box on there too, in case there's agents who aren't in our MLS that need access to it. Okay. So contractors, appraisers, etc., etc. So leave 2 spare keys, be gone, so we can do the photo shoot and the 360 tour. Those things take time, about an hour to an hour and a half to complete, because we're preparing all the marketing material for your home. Very, very important step. Questions on number 3? Thumbs up if number 3 makes sense. All right, let's go on to number 4. Okay, we're going to go active and start showing. Do not be there during showings. Do not be there during showings. What's the first rule of selling your house? Do not be there during showings. Okay, you need that buyer to fall in love with the house. Buyer can't fall in love with the house as easily if they feel like a seller's sort of there looking over their shoulder. Well, I'll just wait in the backyard. That's kind of weird too. I'm going to be truthful with you. That's kind of weird too. Don't be there during showings. You want this straightforward help. You want this straightforward talk. Okay. The goal is to sell the asset. The goal is to liquidate the property so you could take that cash, move it to another property, or take that cash, move to assisted living or something. Okay. Don't be there during showings. Okay. We'll get scheduled times. If anyone shows up and they do not have a scheduled time, don't open the door. Yell through the door, hey, I've already called the police. You better call my real estate agent real quick because I don't have this showing scheduled. There are scammers out there, guys. Safety first. Safety first. If someone shows up, says they had a scheduled showing, they do not have a scheduled showing. Safety first. Okay, thumbs up. Thumbs up on how showings work. Okay, and leave about 15 minutes early and don't come back until 15 minutes after the showing is supposed to be scheduled. So if you have a 1 to 2 o'clock showing, leave 12:45 at the latest. Don't come back till 1:15. Don't come back till 1:15. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Go practice your drive at the driving range or something with some golf balls. Go walk around the park, walk around the Ferris wheel, something like that. But be gone during the showings. Be gone. You want that buyer to fall in love with the house. Okay, you want them to fall in love with the house. Offer comes in. If it's a winning offer, if it hits every single thing that we talked about that you want, we sign off on it and we move on down the road to the next step. But if there's some items that we need to adjust, like if the closing date's too early or if the closing date's too far out, we just adjust those, respond to the buyer, and if the buyer accepts it, we move forward. The buyer has the right to reject any counter offers that come from the seller, just like the seller has the rights to reject anything in a buyer's offer. Does that make sense? Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Thumbs up if step 5 makes sense. Offers and contracting. Does that make sense? Okay. And it's a contract. It's a contract. So if there's something on there that you don't understand 100% that we've discussed, tell us. Tell us. If you're not happy at closing, it wasn't a good transaction. Communication is key. If we don't know something's wrong unless you tell us. Ask us questions. The contract is very, very, very important. Okay. Thumbs up. Okay. I'm not trying to be weird. I want it to be a happy transaction. Okay. Step number 6, inspections, appraisal, and title work. As a seller, you're kind of just sitting back and letting these things happen. There's not much you could do right now. You're not really packing up everything and moving just yet. You've already decluttered and cleaned twice. So you're living minimally as it is. So don't worry about packing up and moving yet, because we've still got to get through the inspections and the appraisal. And that's what we're going through right now. Okay. Once the inspections, the appraisal, and title work are started and they're going through that process, it's anywhere from 6 to 15 days to get through that process. And every contract is different. So when we get a contract, we'll definitely lay out the timelines. Does that make sense? Right now, it's the buyer going through these things, the inspection, the appraisal, and the title work, and then use the seller going through the title work too. But as a seller, there's really nothing to do right now. Don't start planning the move right away. Get bids on the move. I think you need that for your PCS orders and things like that. Get bids on the move, but don't just be ready to move out yet. Because if we got to get through this step is very, very key in the contract. This step really determines the next step, which is the step number 8, not the next step, but step number 8, which is the closing. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, stay with me. Stay with me. Number 7. After they finish their inspections, appraisal, and title work, then we go through any items that come up on these. So if there's something on the inspection that you didn't know about and the buyer didn't know about, what we do in that instance is we will negotiate it out on the TRR. Like if something major, if it's something silly like the door doesn't latch, guys, it's not a brand new home. The door doesn't latch. If you want to fix it, you can. If you don't want to fix it, we say no, we're not going to fix it. If you say no, you're not going to fix it, the buyer has the right to walk away. Just a side note, if you don't want to fix that door latch, the buyer does have the right to walk away over the door latch. They do. So if you don't want to fix it, just keep that in mind. Appraisal. Some appraisal conditions might come up, peeling paint or something might come up that needs some exterior paint or something like that. We just negotiate it out. If it can be negotiated out, great. We move forward. If it can't be negotiated out, no worries. We release the earnest money back to the buyer for the inspections and release the earnest money. If it falls out because of the inspections, if it falls out because of the appraisal, the earnest money is released back to the buyer. It's released back to the buyer. And then we just go look for another buyer and get back on the market. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Does that make sense? Title work, any clouds come up, we work with the title company to get them cleared. Weird things that come up occasionally like credit card bills, liens on the wrong house. So we just got to get the credit card company to release that because they put it on the wrong house. Weird things like that. If there's a HVAC unit that you got a loan for and there's a lien on the house, then that loan will be paid off at closing in full and you'll get a release for the HVAC unit. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. All right. Step number 8. After you finish, hold on one second. After you finish number 7, after we get through number 7, then you can really start to move out. Then the only thing that will stop the closing is a loss of job or an act of God. A loss of job or an act of God would be the only thing that would stop the closing from moving forward from then. So at this stage, once we finish number 7, then you can actively start moving out. Don't cancel any utilities. Don't cancel any homeowners insurance. Don't cancel anything to the house. You got to keep all those on until it's closed and funded. Until it's closed and funded, keep all that on. But we can actually start moving out now. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. That makes sense. Step number 8, final walkthrough and closing. Buyer comes, does a final walkthrough, usually the night before or an hour before closing. Says, okay, house is still just like I thought it would be. Okay. As a seller for the final walkthrough, once you get everything moved out, do at least a broom clean. Dust everything off, vacuum and broom. Do that at minimum. At minimum. You want the buyer to be continually falling in love with your house all the way to closing. Okay. Do a minimum broom clean. They come through the final walkthrough. Yep, it's exactly what I wanted. I'm so happy. I'm so in love with the home. And then they go to closing. Closing takes hour, 2 hours tops. Funding happens. You get your check. You give them the keys. Bada bing, bada boom. Your home's sold and you're happy. That's the key. The key is for you to be happy. If you're not happy, then there was some miscommunication, and we got to communicate a lot during this process so that you're happy. If you found value in today's video, what I want you guys to do is give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. The agents that I work with, the XP Realty, and I were absolutely here to help you with all your home seller needs in the Enid, Oklahoma metro area. If you've got orders to move, if you're taking a new job, now's the time. At the time of this video, towards the end of March, now's the time to really start getting serious about selling your house. First thing you got to do, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We can do the valuation report. We can schedule the photo shoot for when you get done cleaning it up, and we'll be able to move on down the road and get your house sold for you so you can move on to that next home. And even if you're not leaving Enid altogether, you're just upsizing or downsizing, we help with that too. Not just people relocating to or relocating away from Enid. If you're an Enid Oklahoman and you want help with real estate, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. That's what we do in Enid, Oklahoma. I'll see you guys on the next video. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with all your friends who are thinking about selling their house. They don't know where to start. This is the ultimate Enid, Oklahoma home sellers guide, and I really hope that you enjoyed it today. See you guys on the next video.